to my surprise,
He did the mash.
he did the monster mash.
The monster mash.
It was a graveyard
He
smash.
did the mash.
It caught on in a
He
flash.
did the mash.
He did the monster mash. From my laboratory in the castle east to the master bedroom where the vampires feast, the ghouls all came from their humble abodes to get a jolt from my electrode.
They did the mash.
They did the monster
The
mash.
monster mash.
It was a graveyard
They
smash.
did the mash.
Today, it's how to make spooky berry ghosts. Let's go. You're going to start by adding a festive straw into the strawberry, and then with a spoon, add some melted white chocolate to parchment paper to form the ghost look. Dip your strawberries in white chocolate and place on top of the chocolate and refrigerate until the chocolate has hardened. With melted chocolate, draw on the eyes and mouth and refrigerate until the chocolate has set, and enjoy.
Every Halloween, I like to make these spooky face mini hamburgers. Gonna get a cookie sheet out and cover it in foil. Heat your oven at 375. Then you're gonna do a pound of ground beef and this packet of Knorr French onion mix. Mix that all together. Add a splash of pickle juice, just a little splash, maybe about a half a tablespoon. Don't overwork the meat, that's what makes it tough. Roll it into little meatballs, about 4 inches big. Use a glass to smash them down. Put them in the oven. While that's baking up, you're gonna mix 2 tablespoons of butter with garlic, salt, and dried parsley. Pull those burgers out after about 15 minutes. You're gonna put a little bit of butter on each one, and then you're gonna put the lids to the buns just on top. Put it in the oven for another 5 minutes. While those are baking up, you're gonna put some ketchup and mustard on the base, and then you're gonna get some pickle chips and little tiny green olives, and you're gonna stick the pickle chip for the little tongue sticking out, and you're gonna use the little toothpicks to stick the olives on, and then you could stick that through the pickle as well, and you have these little spooky burgers. Be careful with the toothpicks with little kids.
I don't want to set the world on fire. I just want to start a flame in your heart. I've lost all ambition for worldly acclaim. I just wanna be the one you love. And with your admission that you feel the same, I just wanna be the one you love. I don't want to set the world on fire. I just want to.
The whole family is going to love these jack-o'-lantern stuffed bell peppers this Halloween. The faces were actually really easy to carve out. I put the entire recipe at the end of this video so that you can screenshot it and try it yourself. All you do is take this onion and beef mixture into your bell peppers, pop it into the oven, add some marinara sauce and some cheese, broil it, and you've got dinner ready to go.
Let's make some Halloween crack.
I was working in the lab late one night when my eyes beheld an eerie sight. For my monster from his slab began to rise, and suddenly, to my
He
surprise,
did the mash.
he did the monster
The
mash.
monster mash.
It was a graveyard
He
smash.
did the mash.
It caught on in a
He
flash.
did the mash.
He did the monster mash. From my laboratory
Link for full
in the
recipe in
castle
bio.
east to the
Follow
master
for more.
bedroom.
After I slice this salami with scissors, I arrange them in a line. From there, I hollow out a mozzarella pearl with a jumbo straw and add a pimento olive. I roll it in the salami and stick it with a toothpick. Next, I add some fruit to skewers and place them in a paper cone. I add the salami roses and bam! Perfect bouquet. Because a treat like this is definitely a feast for the eyes.
Welcome back to my Halloween food series. Today we're making these cheeseburger stuffed ghost pies. Saute 1 diced onion in oil. Once cooked, add 1 pound of ground beef, seasoned with salt and pepper, and brown. Make sure to break into small pieces. Remove from heat and add some ketchup, mayo, mustard, chopped dill pickles, and fresh grated cheddar. Combine and set aside. Roll out a sheet of neutral pie dough and use your favorite Halloween cookie cutter to punch out shapes. I'm using a ghost. Place your cheeseburger mixture on top, leaving room around the edges. I'm using a straw to punch out the eyes and mouth, which will also allow the steam to vent. Brush some water along the edges, then lay on your top piece. Then use a fork to crimp and seal the edges. Place on a parchment-lined sheet pan, brush with egg wash, then bake in a 425-degree oven for 10 to 12 minutes. Full recipe and caption. Enjoy!
Trick or treat, trick or treat, trick or treat for Halloween. Better give a treat that's good to eat if you want to keep life serene. Trick or treat, trick or treat, trick or treat, trick or treat, trick or treat the whole night through. Little scalawags with fiendish gags can make it tough on you. So when ghosts and goblins by the score ring the
My monster from his slab began to rise, and suddenly, to my surprise,
He did the mash,
he did the monster mash.
the monster mash.
It was a graveyard
He did
smash.
the mash,
It caught on in a
he
flash.
did the mash.
He did the monster mash. From my laboratory in the castle east to the master bedroom where the vampires feast, the ghouls all came from their humble abode.
If you want to learn how to make these creepy Rice Krispie treats to take to your next Halloween party or just have them at home, keep watching. Once your butter is melted, you're going to add in your marshmallows. This is the consistency that you want. Now, to give it the color, we're going to mix chocolate syrup with a few drops of red food coloring. I personally don't follow measurements for the color. If you want it darker, add more chocolate. If you want it more bright, add more red. I added half of the bag of my Rice Krispies. If you find that your mixture is really moist, still you can add more. If you want to add in fake blood special effects to your trays, do this. Chocolate syrup with a few drops of red food coloring. No special order, just throw it onto your trays. I would say the messier, the better in this situation. I took my Rice Krispie mixture and I just started to shape it with 2 plastic forks. This is super sticky if you touch it with your hands, and it's just kind of unsanitary. So either use gloves or use a fork. The easiest way for me to get the saran wrap on was to just flip over the tray and stick it all in the bag. Now I'm just adding my labels. If you don't have labels, you can just cut out barcodes from food boxes that you have in your pantry. You can really get creative with your labels if you have a printer at home. If not, you can just buy the labels online or just use barcodes. These were a huge hit and they taste so good.
This is how you make those viral trendy spiderweb pretzels, y'all. They're super easy to make. You are going to need some pretzel sticks. Make sure you start off with a cross shape and build your web from there. That's the easiest way in my opinion. You're going to take some melted white chocolate and seal those pretzels in the center. And hopefully you do have a squeeze bottle, because that would make it so much easier to create this wonderful design for your web. I would also recommend to make these one at a time. I did not, but keep in mind you're going to be topping these off with sprinkles and you want them to stick. To get more of a web-like look, you're going to take a toothpick and just run it in between the pretzels very gently. Lastly, all you have to do is top them off with some good old sprinkles, and that's it, y'all. Super easy. Now, I wanted mine a little bit thicker, so mine do look a little thick. However, look, y'all, I did that. And you can do it too if you believe in yourself. And I love chocolate covered pretzels, period. So this was perfect for me.
Let's make pizza stuffed pumpkins covered in garlic butter. Roll out your puff pastry, then cut out circles and remove the excess. Add pizza sauce, mozzarella, pepperoni or sliced up mini pepperoni sticks and oregano. Then pull the edges together and seal them well. Cut 4 pieces of string and double knot them loosely around the ball. Make your egg wash with egg and milk, dunk them in, then cut off the excess string. Bake in the oven until golden brown. Mix together melted butter, garlic and fresh parsley until combined. Then brush the pumpkins with the garlic butter and add a pretzel stick for the stalk. And that's it. Enjoy!
your soul and seal your doom night.
Welcome back to my Halloween food series. Today we're making edible amputated hand. This is one of my favorite showstoppers for a Halloween display, and it's 100% edible. To a bowl, combine room temperature cream cheese with parsley, chive, dill, salt, pepper, garlic powder, and onion powder. Lay a sheet of parchment paper down, trace out your hand and lower arm, then place another sheet of parchment paper on top. Add on 5 panino rolls and 2 prosciutto wrapped mozzarella logs. Add in herb cream cheese to fill in the gaps and smooth out any imperfections. Place prosciutto slices over, covering all cream cheese, including in between the fingers. For an extra touch, I cut red onion in the shape of nails and secured on with more cream cheese. Full recipe below. I hope you try this for your next Halloween party and follow along for 50 Halloween-inspired recipes. Enjoy!
This is the perfect Halloween dish. These blood-dripping bat wings, they just look so cool. They're so freaking delicious, and everybody at the party is gonna freaking love them. In order to make bat wings, you have to get bat wings. So we have whole bat wings here. I got these at Walmart. We're gonna make our marinade first, so get your bowl with a bag in it so we don't make a mess, because without the bowl, you're definitely going to make a mess if you're anything like me. So bowl, bag, boom. All the ingredients I use to marinate are going to be on the screen here, but honestly the most important one is the black food coloring. You can do any marinade you want, but you got to have that black food coloring. It's also important you give it a really good mix in the bag here. Now we have our bat wings. Just put these in the fridge for about 6 hours. Our blood sauce is really simple. It's pomegranate juice, a little garlic, some lime juice, honey, and some sriracha sauce. Bring it up to a boil, cook it for 10 minutes, take it off the heat. Then just grab our chicken wings out of the fridge. I ended up letting these marinate for 24 hours, and now I just put them on a baking sheet. Gonna pop them in the oven for about 40 minutes at 400 degrees. They're gonna get nice and crispy and delicious. About 20 minutes in, we're gonna flip these over. Now that our sauce has cooled down a little bit, we can add in our red food coloring. The blood sauce might seem a little orange here, but don't worry about that. After about 20 minutes, the food coloring is going to do its job and make it a lot redder. Then just add in some lychee eyeballs. If you want your chicken wings to be really crispy, you can broil them for about 5 minutes.
We need to make homemade nachos. Using a cookie cutter to make some fun Halloween shapes. And apparently you can do a lot of these at a time. Like so. Some bats ready to go. There's something poetic about cooking corn inside corn. Meanwhile, in the skillet of justice, law and Reed. Dun dun. It doesn't matter what kind of spices you use as long as you're using spices. Say goodbye to the grease with the paper towel trick. I'm Batman. Did I just come up with edible batarangs? Ooh. Can of nacho cheese and a can of cheddar cheese mixed together. Ghosts, bats, meet the cheese. Pico de gallo. Black olives. Cow. Lechuga. Guac is an extra tonight. Sour cream. The best hot sauce. You can't tell me otherwise. This is the ghostess with the mostest. I guarantee if Batman threw these batarangs, crime would be down in Gotham City overnight.
'Twas a long time ago, longer now than it seems, in a place that perhaps you've seen in your dreams, for the story that you are about to be told took place in the holiday worlds of old. Now, you've probably wondered where holidays come from. If you haven't, I'd say it's time you begun.
Monster from the slab began to rise, and suddenly, to my surprise, he did the monster mash. It was a graveyard smash. It caught on in a flash. He did the monster mash. From my laboratory in the castle east to the master bedroom where the vampires feast. The ghouls all came from their humble abode to get a jolt from my electrode. They did the monster mash. It was a graveyard smash. It caught on in a flash. They did the monster mash. The zombies were having fun. The party had just begun. The guests included Wolfman, Dracula, and his son. The scene was rocking, all were digging the sound. Igor on chains backed by his baying hound. The coffin bangers were about